Good, there we go. I'm so sorry for the delay. My computer, there we go. The chat would not load on my computer and I was trying to troubleshoot the situation, but it looks like now everything is working. Everyone is here. Hello, you guys. Welcome to Wednesday's happy hour hang. We have so much tea to get into on this happy hour hang, you guys. I see that everybody is in the chat already. Everyone is talking. And you guys, we have a lot of good tea to discuss. So I am so happy that the chat is already going off. Again, would love for it to be working on my computer's end so I could see everything. I can see it a little bit here on my phone, but I see everyone is here. I see Nona, Sacred Space, Gigi's here, Joy, Epic Turtle, Robert, Miss Jackie X, Cousin. Hello, Dave, Maria, Emily, George. Hello. Hi, Shabria, one of our new House of Hill members. Jane, Christy, Normie, you guys. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Kiara. Hi, Lydia. I am so pumped to see everybody here because like I said, we have a lot of good stuff that we need to get into. Obviously, we're going to be discussing Justin Bieber and the Lou Taylor situation. Hello, Jessica. But in addition to that, also hello, Cass. We are going to be talking about a new update with the Dancing for the Devil documentary. Okay, more tea on that. Also, I have a Brad Pitt update for you guys and the kids. Also, Jake Gyllenhaal, some funny Jake Gyllenhaal tea that honestly I was like, I have to add it just because it gave me a giggle reading about it and I felt like you guys would all honestly feel the exact same way. Ariana Grande, we're going to talk a little bit about Miley, Cyrus, Kendall Jenner. Obviously, we're going to be talking about Matty Healy. And you guys, the way I had some clarity about the Matty Healy situation while I was outside on my little walk run today, I can't wait to get into it. Then obviously we have a little bit of Taylor tea, a little Selena tea, and then we will get into all of this Justin Bieber situation because I saw this report come through late last night when I was awake because I had a horrible, scary dream. And I have been counting down the minutes until I could be able to talk to you guys about it. And this is Justin Bieber career news, so hopefully none of the trolls will come for me. You guys know for some reason, whenever I talk about Justin and Hailey Bieber, it's like the trolls sniff me out. But this is strictly business. So no one should be getting mad today. Hopefully. Shayla, hey Madison, today is my daughter's 3rd birthday. She's watching with me. Can you wish Ariana a big happy birthday? Happy birthday, Ariana. Hello. Happy birthday. I hope you are having the best day ever, the big 3. I am so, so, so excited for you. We have Tabitha in the chat as well. We have Miley here, Jane, Robert. Just making sure I'm shouting everybody out. Joy is here. Hey, Madison, you will be proud. Did my homework. Great movie. Oh my God. Joy watched Practical Magic. I live for it. I live for it. I live for it. I'm a fan now. Looking forward to the reboot. Abso-freaking-lutely. I love it. Betty is here as well. I'm giggling. Betty said I can't wait either to get into the Ratty Healy tea. Honestly, tea. My scary dream, you guys, it was so bizarre. It was like a dream within a dream, which is what freaked me out. And also, weird thing about me, and I was just talking about this with Mama Hill and my sister before I got on the live. I have had this fear of but I have had a fear of like a home invasion since I was probably 6 or 7 years old. Like have always been scared that someone is going to come into my home while I'm sleeping and whatever. I don't know why I've had this irrational fear. I'm telling you, I've had it since I was little. I literally would used to like wake up one of my best friend's moms at sleepovers because I would be like, Marla, I think someone's in the foyer. Imagine a little 7-year-old blonde girl waking you up as a parent being like, Marla, so sorry to wake you up, but I think that you have a robber in your house, like in the I don't know. Anyway, that would always freak me out. I have always had that fear. I actually think in a past life that like something happened to me. Gigi, right here. And so that was like something in regards, that was what my dream was about last night. It was so weird. I could like hear my ALEXA going off, and then I heard a man's voice, and after that, I was awake. After that, it was like, I'm up, I'm not going back to sleep, and here we are. So if I feel like actually now I've gotten like a burst of energy talking with all of you guys, like now that we're here and we get to get into all of this tea. But before this, I was struggling. So I did crack open a little Diet Coke. I know people feel some type of way about soda, but sometimes, you know what I mean? You just need a good old fashioned DC, you know? That's how I feel. Let's see what else. Okay, Betty said that and drowning are my worst fears. Okay, also, nothing worse than a dream when you're like in a pool. Has anyone else ever had this? When you're like in a pool and it's deep and you're trying to get to the top and you like can't get to the top. So spooky, so spooky. Jess said, hey Madison, usually an after sipper, but made it to this live. This week is my 1 year anniversary of moving to Florida from New Jersey. It's still so surreal. Love your positive energy. Jess, I am so happy you're here. Thank you so much for the sweet words and congratulations on the 1 year anniversary of your move. Trust me, now that you've done the 1 year anniversary, you're gonna wake up and be like, I've lived here 8 years, because that's what happened to me moving to LA. It was like the 1 year kind of took a little bit to get there, and then now just this past March, I was like, I've been here for 8 years. That's crazy. Longer than I was in college, almost 10. Like, does that mean I should start telling people I'm from LA? I always have this identity crisis whenever I'm out of town and people are like, where are you from? And I always feel a need to be like, I live in LA, but no, I always say, I'm from Kansas City, but I live in LA now. I don't know why I feel the need to tell strangers like that much information about myself. And I do feel connected to LA, but for some reason, I still always say, I'm originally from Kansas City, but I live in LA now. I don't know why. I don't know if you can relate, Jess. I don't know if you still say, I'm from New Jersey, but now I live in Florida. I don't know. I don't know if you can relate. Anyone who's left, maybe you can understand. I'm loving that we are all talking about our biggest fears because this makes me feel more normal. Let's see. Joy has dreams of being chased. Spooky. Robert said being trapped. Also horrible. And then Superstar Bella said Midwestern values. T. The Midwest doesn't leave you, Eminem. You're correct. And I think normally it's so funny. Anytime I really come across a stranger, even here in LA, still, even though I've been here 8 years, an Uber driver, somebody in a restaurant, a work situation, a networking situation, almost within like 3 minutes of talking with me, they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, well, I've been here for 8 years. They're like, no, where are you from? Because I know you're not from here. You're too nice, you're too peppy, and I just know you're not from here. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a Midwest girly, like Kansas City forever. And it's so funny, now everybody knows Kansas City, but when I first moved here, you guys, no joke, I would tell people Kansas City and they'd be like, where's that? And then I would say, oh, Missouri. And they'd be like, where's that? I'm like, literally in the middle. It is the state in the middle. State in the middle. Normie said, I seriously thought someone came into my apartment because I couldn't find my iPad and got cameras inside. Days later, I found the iPad behind my bed. Normie. The way we're the same, like I have 1000% done that. And you know why I've done this. And now this is going to unlock a new irrational fear for you to check your cameras even more when you lose something. Have you guys seen those spooky videos on TikTok where like, and this is mainly in New York, it happens, where people will be like living in crevices of buildings and they'll come out into people's apartments when they're asleep or they're away? Has anyone else seen this, or is this just my weird For You page? Like people will be living like behind their bathroom sink and then they will like come out whenever they're gone. Normie, I've seen too many of those videos, so I'm just validating your fear that would be me. Like, I would be like, I can't find my iPad. Someone's living behind my bathroom mirror, and they stole my iPad. They stole my iPad. I'm so happy you found it behind your bed, and no one's living behind your bathroom mirror, obviously. And also, thank you guys for making me feel seen, that you have also seen those crazy videos. Yeah, Miss Jackie X said absolutely not, will not be watching. Miss Jackie X, I recommend not watching because once you see one, it doesn't leave your brain. It doesn't leave your brain. And that's all you can think about. That's all you can think about. Tabitha said, there was a lady living in the top of the grocery store recently. See? You guys, crazy stuff. Tabitha, that's wild. That's wild. Robert said, I've been to Missouri once. I visited the Gateway Arch. Oh my gosh, yes, in St. Louis. I love it. I'm going to be going back to St. Louis for a wedding next year. You guys, remember how I used to be a wedding queen? Like going to so many weddings? You know, the girl who's the big wedding guest? Me. Haven't been to a wedding in I didn't go to one last year. Right. I don't have one this year, but next year I already have 2, possibly 3. I'm telling you, they always come in waves. But going back to St. Louis for a wedding will be fun. St. Louis is not as great as Kansas City. It's a little rivalry we have. So Robert, you got to go back and you got to go to Kansas City. Better food, cooler people. You know what I mean? But St. Louis is also fun. There's a lot of people I love from St. Louis, but it is a little... Oh gosh, Amelin said, I live in St. Louis. Okay, you can attest. We have a little rivalry, St. Louis versus Kansas City. Ballpark Village, Power and Light, it's a thing. It's a thing, it's a thing, it's a thing. The I-70 showdown. Okay, she can attest. She can attest. I'm dying as I'm sitting here giggling about Kansas City. Okay, you guys, really quick, I want to read some. Oh, I've lived in Kansas City. It is better than STL. Oh, see? Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're making me feel better. I love it. I'm going to read some comments from After Watchers really quick because we always want to show our After Watchers some love on Wednesdays. Hello to all of our After Watchers. We see you. We love you. You are absolutely always 1,000% part of these happy hour hangs. Also, really quick shout out to all of our international members as well. Thank you for staying up late, waking up early. Jessica, it's like 1:30 in the morning for her right now. Everyone who finds time to take in the tea at crazy hours of the day, thank you. I see you, and thank you for making me feel cool that the House of Hill is international. I saw somebody earlier in the chat said hello from Belize, and like, A, can I come with you? B, that is so freaking cool. Also, Carla, I'm so happy you made it. We also have Sweden in the chat. Ireland, Kelly said almost midnight in Ireland. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the international girlies are absolute icons. Absolute icons. Okay. Top comments from After Watchers, and we're going to get into the tea. In regards to Matty Healy's friend claiming him and Taylor were not that serious, which obviously we're going to talk about that more. At Anna Lynn commented, you know, Ratty can lie all he wants, but I bet Lucy's got some tea and so does Jack. So the only way his friends can believe his lies is if he cuts off all the people who actually have seen proof that he's a big stinking liar. I'm willing to bet these friends that are talking for Ratty are people he saw more as acquaintances because otherwise they would know he was lying. We're going to get into it. I cannot wait, and I'm giggling that Anna Lynn kept calling him Ratty. In regards to people constantly asking Taylor and Travis about their engagement, at Ashley Holzer, agreed that it can be a lot. Ashley also shared her and her husband's story. She said they met in high school and didn't get married until 13 years later, which one of my really good family friends had a similar story. Then she went on to say, great things take time, and even though I would have liked to be married sooner, I think us waiting felt like invisible strings and everything worked out perfectly. So I love that, Ashley. Thank you for sharing your story with us in the comments. And also, you guys, we have another House of Hill baby joining the family. At Lily Perry commented that she's expecting. We are so excited for you, Lily. Congratulations. Y'all know I'm always so thrilled to hear that another House of Hill baby is joining our fam. So Lily, thank you for sharing your news with us. And now let's go ahead and get into this tea. We have Valentina. Hey, I'm working tonight for my thesis and I cannot be live, but wanted to say hi. Valentina, we love you. Get your thesis done. You got this. You got this, you got this, you got this. Sending you all the positive vibes for your thesis. Belinda, hey Maddie, almost 1 a.m. in Cape Town, South Africa. Happy to have made it live. Belinda, thank you for staying up till 1 a.m. for the tea. I see you. You are an icon. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. Timna said, I know you said you would want to come to South Africa, but I would love to come to the US one day and have Dunkin' Donuts with you. Timna, I do want to come to South Africa just because I have heard it is gorgeous. But you can obviously still come and we can go to Dunkin' and then we can go get some champs and it'll be a whole day and it'll be incredible. I really hope one day we can do, well, no, I'm not saying I hope. I know one day as we continue to grow, we're going to take this little show on the road, not little, big show on the road. And that way we can all meet each other in person, do shambongs together and just have fun. I see creators who finally get big enough that they're able to do that. And I'm like, I cannot wait for that to be me because I know the House of Hill is going to show up and we are going to have the best time. Also, hello, Miss Meek. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, we are getting into this tea, you guys, kicking things off with a little update on the TikTok cult documentary, Dancing for the Devil. If you guys have not watched this on Netflix yet, please give it a try. You guys know I live for a cult documentary, obviously. And this one is so interesting because it's current, it's still happening. And also the fallout is taking place on social media, which typically we don't see when it comes to these other religious movements. So it's crazy. Yes, Jessica tried to watch and she fell asleep, but she's gonna give it another try. It's so good, Giovanna. Completely agree. It is so good. So one of the documentary's primary subjects, you guys, her name is Miranda Derrick. She posted a video yesterday claiming that she's been receiving threats since the documentary came out, since her family participated in the documentary. She said her and her husband have been followed. She feels unsafe. All of these things. There's only 3 episodes. 3 episodes, Miss Jackie X. 3. Cheese and rice. 3 episodes. So it's a pretty quick watch. So she talked about how she's been receiving these threats since her family, exposed the cult. And yes, it's on Netflix, Timna. So good. And now her sister Melanie has commented on Miranda's claims. Also, hi up, Big Turtle. I don't think I said hello, and I just wanted to make sure I said hello. While speaking to People magazine, Melanie said, quote, "Of course we never wanted any sort of violence to come her way, and I'm very sorry that she's experienced that because our only intent was to save her from an unsafe environment and to give her love and know we're here to support her." Melanie went on to say that Miranda has been under the church leader's control for 3 years now and that the person sitting in front of the camera posting these videos is not her true sister, especially her pointing fingers at them. She feels like that is not really her sister. Melanie said to have a genuine relationship with her sister again, she knew her family had to continue to speak out about the religious organization. No more pretending. She said that they can no longer be bystanders to what her sister is going through. Crazy. Crimson Rose said, I bet those threats and the stalking is by the very 7M to see if she's communicating with media and if she'll expose them. Crimson Rose, the way I completely thought the exact same thing. I also thought it might be people who are upset with her because there's a lot of serious allegations against the leader of the church. So I also thought maybe people are upset with her because they feel like she's complicit in his behavior because she's not leaving, because he's done some pretty disgusting things. I mean, I feel like it's quid pro quo for a cult leader to just be the biggest creep and gross, on brand for cults. And so I also think maybe people are upset that, she's not leaving, she's not speaking out about it, she's not helping these victims who have come forward and shared their experiences. People are angry. Either way, Miranda does not deserve to be obviously receiving threats. As someone who has received crazy stuff on social media, it is a scary feeling. She does not deserve that. But I also cannot fault her family for wanting to expose this organization. And also, they can't be complicit in her behavior and have this surface level relationship forever, because then she's never going to get out. So it's like, I understand why they did it. Also, she's not the only one who's still in there. There's other families who are trying to get their kids out. It's so sad. Victoria said, why are most of these documentaries followed by threats? Like, really, you are already out at threats just to make you seem worse. Oh, I know. Also, I want to shout out Simph. I saw it is really late wherever you're watching in Australia. I missed it. But thank you for, oh, here we go. My first live. Here we go. Symphony? My first live, been an after watcher for a few months in Australia up near the Great Barrier Reef. So it's 8:45 a.m. You're in the future. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Also, hi, Woe Whispery. I'm so happy you're here. Just craziness, you guys. And like I said this in the members only live, and I think on my YouTube short that I posted about Miranda's video about the threats. I think the fallout from this documentary is just beginning. I feel like we're going to see more fallout. I think Miranda's going to start going more on the offensive against her family and against these claims. I think the Wilking family is going to be fighting back. It's going to get even wilder. And also I feel like the leader is going to be scrambling because now we all know about him and we all know about his church, and he's still trying to operate. Like, they still have several businesses in the LA area. They own several pieces of property up in Sylmar. And I just feel like the fallout is going to continue. So I will say, if this subject matter interests you, even just the slightest, give it a watch, because we're going to be talking about this. This is going to be a thing for a while. And also, it is crazy if you go to Miranda's Instagram, like I have and creeped. The whole strategy they talk about in the documentary of what helped these people blow up, like that is exactly what she was doing. And it's crazy that she's still trying to act like everything's normal. It's just weird. I don't know. I feel like really the only other like current cult we have, in my opinion, is Scientology, and they have figured out the system so much better than this Shekinah 7M situation. But this just feels crazy that this is playing out on social media. Like, again, I studied this in school. I find it fascinating. I've watched so many documentaries about other religious organizations, and I just feel like I have never seen anything this current playing out in this way. It's so bizarre. Sacred Space said the poor family members probably feel helpless. Oh, for sure. That's why they did the documentary, because they're like, what else do we do? What else do we do? Hi, Nessa. I'm so happy you made it. Chris, you're just in time. You're just in time. Amy said her family is really trying to get her out. No, T. It's sad. It's sad. Giovanna said something deep psychologically must have happened for her to stay. I also think too, her husband is in it, and her husband is, or her boyfriend, now husband, is the one who got her into it in the first place. And I think that's an added layer. Like, her significant other is also a part of it. It's wild. You guys have, like, truly, if you have not watched the documentary, highly, highly, highly recommend. Okay, let's move on. And yeah, Tabitha, I think so too. Tabitha said she won't leave her man, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm picking up. You know what I mean? Okay, let's move on and get into this Brad Pitt tea. Red Mincha, I've never watched Fundy Fridays, but do I need to? Do I need to add it to my list? I have a long list going on. Let me know. Also, hi, Emily. Okay, Brad Pitt, you guys. New report from Us Magazine, spilling some tea on why Brad Pitt's children have seemingly turned against him. This is obviously coming amid news that Shiloh filed to have Pitt dropped from her last name. This Us Magazine insider said that to Brad, Shiloh changing her name was more than that. It was a, quote, symbol of a deeper estrangement that has been brewing for years. As we know, Shiloh is Brad's third child to publicly drop his last name. And a second source noted that Brad is not ready to give up on his kids and that he's putting on a brave face, but behind closed doors, quote, he's finding it extremely difficult to come to terms with what's happening. We also have a separate report from In Touch Weekly where a source called this ongoing situation a, quote, classic case of parental alienation. This insider continued saying that all of this also is allegedly causing Brad to potentially want to start a family with his current girlfriend so he can have another chance at fatherhood, which is like so sad to me. However, you guys, this source maintained to In Touch Weekly that he is still hopeful at a future with his kids. This insider noted that he hopes their relationships can improve whenever they're not so heavily influenced by Angelina. Crazy. I think when it comes to Brad and Angelina, and I know I owe y'all a memory lane on them, that will be coming next Monday. I've already been working on it. When it comes to Brad and Angelina, this is something we've talked about. They are two people who are just not meant to be. Like, they both, I think, are toxic in their own right. To your point, SC, the situation sucks. I wonder if they see each other at all. Do y'all think he's toxic? Plain story is crazy. And I also saw Soft and Spicy said, damn, what did Brad do? So in 2016, Angelina Jolie has claimed that an incident went down on a private plane while their family was flying to France. She claims Brad was drinking, became aggressive with her and the kids. There was an investigation. Everyone was cleared. Brad was cleared. They found no wrongdoing. Child Services investigated. The FBI investigated. It was cleared. She only brought it to the public attention now in the lawsuit about the winery. It was buried. It was not something that they were not going to discuss until this lawsuit. So my thing is, I'm not saying Brad Pitt is an angel, you know, by any means. I think he had some demons. I think he made some mistakes in the past. However, he is trying to change. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to be there for his kids. And she's not allowing him to do so. And I just feel bad for everyone in the situation. Honestly, I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for Brad. You guys know, I've told you for some reason in my gut, Angelina has always given me off vibes. Like, you guys, I'm not kidding. When I was younger, even knowing that this was going to be my job, back in like the day when Mr. and Mrs. Smith came out and I was reading things and seeing things in the magazines, I was like, Angelina's sketch. I don't know what it was. And maybe because I'm such a Jennifer Aniston girly. Dave, it's not even you. I know Dave is being so honest. I have gender bias, but Dave, I am having a little bias towards Angelina too. So I want you to know you're not alone. I don't know what it has been about Angelina. She just has never appeared super trustworthy to me. And that is fully an opinion, something in my gut. I can't explain why. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's because Brad's a Missourian. So I feel like, you know, how bad can he really be deep down? But I don't know. This whole situation just makes me sad. She's not a girl's girl, Charlie Horse. Maybe Charlie Horse, you might have nailed it. That might have been my issue from day one. She was not a girl's girl. Honestly, Charlie Horse, thank you for that. I don't think younger Madison could really process that's what it was, but I think you're right. That's what it is. Gigi said, I do therapy for the adult children of horrible divorces like that, and the kids don't know who to believe. And I think really at the end of the day, like, that's my issue. It's like, you're putting this all on the kids. And I feel like it shouldn't be on the kids. Like, I feel like Angelina should let the kids decide for themselves what kind of relationship they want to have with Brad. But if you're a child, especially a girl with her mom, I think if you're constantly hearing your mom talk ish about your dad, you're going to want to write him off. You know what I mean? It's sad. Teresa said, between Brad and Ben, I just can't with these guys. Teresa's like, all of these guys who are hotties from the 2000s, I can't. Honestly, not wrong. Chris said, I think fame has to deal with it also. Yep, Tabitha said before Brad, she was crazy with Billy Bob first. You guys know, Angelina used to do some crazy stuff on the red carpet. We talked about her, you know, kissing her brother, vials of blood with Billy Bob. Like, she, honestly, everyone thinks Courtney and Travis are crazy. Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton did it first, okay? Like, really, they're the ones who should get the props for being crazy. Dave said, Angie strikes me as the hot girl that is crazy enough to scare the ish out of you. Yes, like Fatal Attraction. The quote from Sleepless in Seattle when Tom Cruise is like, did you see Fatal Attraction? Because it scared out of every man in America. Timna said, I don't feel sorry for him at all. This is the guy who quickly after leaving Jen said Angelina is the best thing that happened to him. This is his karma. Team Jennifer Aniston for life. I mean, absolutely. I think we all agree. Team Jen Aniston forever, for sure. Color said Angelina is thinking of herself. She's not thinking of the bigger picture for both of their children. Exactly. I'm laughing. Red Menja goes, I still get Brad and Ben confused. I forget that they are two different people sometimes. That was funny. Nessa said, doesn't Angelina Jolie have a bad relationship with her father? Yes, Nessa, she does. And she also, when she turned 18, filed to have his last name dropped. So I also saw a report too, I don't remember, this might have been page 6, that Brad doesn't fully believe that Shiloh's paying for her own attorney. There's some grumblings that really it is Angelina, but that's obviously just a rumor. Betty said, if you all are giving a pass to Pitt about what he did in his youth, why don't we do the same with Jolie? That is true. She should get, I think it's more so for me, the fact that I haven't really seen her change her behavior, but you know what? The one thing Angelina Jolie does do and no one can take away from her, she is very philanthropic. And she does a lot of philanthropy. She does a lot for people outside of her kids, outside of her family, and for other people. So I will say, regardless of what we think about her, I will say, Betty, I have to give her that. I think for me, I think Brad's changed his behavior by trying to be there for his kids. I mean, I guess you're right. We're only hearing that. We're not behind closed doors. But I think it's just, for me, my own gut feeling. And that is not a justification. That's just my opinion. But it's just also to the consistency. If we're consistently hearing that Brad's trying to be there, Angelina is alienating, Angelina's talking badly about him. You guys know I'm really big on consistency. I think that's the other thing for me. I'm not hearing anyone say that these are all lies and Angelina's Mother of the Year. I'm not hearing that either. So it's tough. It's a tough situation. It's sad. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. The judge hasn't ruled on whether or not Shiloh can legally change her name yet, but I'm sure she'll rule in her favor. I mean, I don't see why she wouldn't. You know what I mean? Okay, moving on to this Jake Gyllenhaal tea. This is just quick tea, but that is funny to me. So we have a new report from Life and Style magazine about Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds snubbing Jake Gyllenhaal from being their friend. Hilarious. Apparently, all three of these guys were friendly after co-starring in the 2017 film Life. It was like a science fiction movie. However, now they are not friendly. The source noted that Jake Gyllenhaal feels snubbed. And while watching Hugh... so funny. While watching Hugh Jackman and Ryan promote their current film together, and apparently he feels like he's better off not being friends with them, but it, quote, still bothers him. So I had to look it up because I was like, when exactly did Ryan, Blake, and Taylor become tight? And Hugh Jackman also went to a Chiefs game with Taylor. So to me personally, I feel like they don't mess with Jake Gyllenhaal. because of Taylor, in my opinion. So Taylor started to become friendly with Ryan and Blake in 2016. Obviously, they're way closer now. So I feel like Ryan and Hugh were like fine with Jake while they promoted that movie in 2017. But then after that, as Ryan and Blake and Taylor's friendship progressed, he was like, respectfully, I can't be friends with you. Like, I can't mess with you. And I don't know if that's really the tea. I just find it funny that it's like Ryan Reynolds went from being cordial with Jake Gyllenhaal to being allegedly snubbing him and icing him out of a little bromance with Hugh Jackman. And honestly, I live for it. I saw this headline and I was like, honestly, this is such niche tea, but this is what the House of Hill is all about. This is niche tea, where it's like, you just have to be a Swiftie to enjoy this. You know what I mean? Or like a petty person. Even if you're not a Swiftie and you can just like enjoy some pettiness, you know what I mean? This is pettiness, you know? And I live for it. And also, I loved Ryan Reynolds before, but I love him even more now. Like, you know, Blake Lively was like, honey, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Ryan Reynolds was like, okay, like, shunned. And I love it. I love it so much. Jocelyn said, this is my favorite kind of tea. Anastasia, hello. And you know, Hugh Jackman's probably just like, well, I vibe better with Ryan. So, you know, I guess it's me and Ryan. And again, Hugh Jackman was at the Chiefs game. So to me, I know where Hugh Jackman's loyalty lies and I live for it. You know what I mean? The Greatest Showman, iconic film. Loved him in that. Love that he has Taylor's back. We live, laugh, love Hugh Jackman. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's see. Sacred Space said, we're here for the guys getting a little messy, especially when it's in defense of Taylor. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Amy said, like a German Shepherd loyal. Exactly. Soft and Spicy said, that shows Taylor has a bomb personality. And then Vintage by Vandergrift. Hi, House of Hill fam. Popping in for a little to get the sweet tea from our girl, especially this little petty tea. Oh, exactly. Petty tea is the best tea. You know what I mean? And I love it. Gigi said, we claim Ryan. That is true. Chris said, Jake the Snake. Also true. And then Yesenia, we love you too. I'm so happy that you're part of the House of Hill and you're here today. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the Ariana Grande tea, but I just had to tell you all that because I was absolutely dying over the Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman situation. Okay. Ariana Grande, you guys, has broken her silence on the allegations made in the Quiet on Set documentary that exposed Nickelodeon and all of the horrific things that happened on set during that time, during when Dan Schneider was in charge. And this is the first time that Ariana has really spoken out about this documentary and the allegations that took place. So she spoke out about this on Penn Badgley's podcast, which makes sense because he just starred in her music video. And she said that she had some very special memories and she feels privileged to be part of roles that were so important to people in their childhoods. However, she went on to admit that she is reprocessing a lot of things from her time on Nickelodeon, specifically about her show. She said, quote, I think that was something we were convinced was the cool thing about us, is that we pushed the envelope with our humor. She said they felt like the innuendos were the cool differentiation with their show. However, looking back, she doesn't quite feel the same way. She also said that some things that weren't approved by the network still were snuck into clips on their website, so people were still seeing them. She also noted that the entertainment environment, whether that be for recording artists or actors, in general needs improvement. It needs to become safer. She said she thinks there needs to be therapists on set. I think she handled this as well as she could. You know what I mean? And I'm sure looking back on her show with a new lens is making her reprocess things differently, because I by the time Ariana Grande was on Nickelodeon, I was a little bit older. I wasn't really watching Nickelodeon by that point. But watching the clips that they pulled in the documentary and what Ariana's jokes were and the innuendos, I mean, as an adult, so obvious, so inappropriate. So I can't imagine like her going back and watching those clips and being the one who actually did it, because as a viewer, I'm like, I cannot believe this was a kid show. Like, this is crazy. Cass said, so these boys are crazy tonight and the people are trying to get these birds out of my fireplace. Oh, no, I forgot about the birds in the fireplace. It's a mad house here, so sending my love to you, Madison, in the House of Hill, but I don't think I'll be able to participate today. Cass, you are absolutely fine. Please handle the birds, handle the boys, the birds and the boys. You are the sweetest, the best. We are sending you the positive vibes. Cass needs the good mom vibes right now, so this is me sending them to her. Color said, yes, it shouldn't have been allowed. Exactly. Robert said, the feet thing was disgusting. Amy said, I watched Ariana because my daughter loved Victorious. Yes, exactly. I feel like so many people loved that show, but if you go back and you watch the documentary and some of the clips, like stuff that Dan Schneider made Ariana do, bizarre. Betty said, I never watched the show, but I saw the videos and it was really horrible. That's how I was, Betty. I was just like, this was on Nickelodeon? Like, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Robert said, to be honest, as a kid, the jokes went over my head, but watching back now, it's like, what? Oh, exactly. Like when they were in the documentary, whenever they showed some of the clips from Zoe 101, completely over my head. Had no clue that they were innuendo jokes. But then watching it now as an adult, I'm like, oh my God, that was being shown on cable television? Like, that's crazy. Mariana said, oh, talking about Brad and Ben. I see that for sure. Hello. Emily said, it's crazy realizing it yourself as an adult. That's growth for sure. And Dave said, the clothes that they put them in. Yes, exactly. Redmond just said, I'm not a fan of Ariana because how she treats other women, but I definitely think she has gone through so much tough trauma. She was so groomed. Same with Liz Gillies. Her husband is so gross. Oh, 1 million. I think Ariana is processing a lot now looking back. And I think that that would be really tough. So, you know, obviously you guys know I disagree with her romantic life and how she handles her romantic relationships. But when it comes to this, I have nothing but respect for her. I'm happy she spoke out. I think she handled it perfectly. I think she was honest. I think she was open about it. And I just, yeah, I feel like I do feel for her. I feel for her. And I see a lot of you guys talking about the writers and stuff. It's crazy. It is. Victoria said, when I was babysitting as a teen, I used to think I was reading too much into it. I couldn't believe that insanity. Victoria, do you now feel a vindication? Because I would be like, I knew something was off. I knew it. Also, I think we have an international viewer who tuned in from Algeria. That is incredible and iconic. I missed the name, but hello, and I am so happy that you are here. That is amazing. Okay, moving on. Let's get into this Miley Cyrus tea from Nickelodeon to Disney. Let's see, Vintage by Vandergrift. I was older and too cool to watch Nick, but if I happened to catch it surfing the channel, I always got an ick vibe. Immediately changed the channel, almost like an inside joke I'm not a part of. Oh, that's interesting. I feel that though. I feel that. Okay, so Miley, you guys, recently sat down. I was laughing at Miss Jackie X. To quote Taylor Swift, the jokes weren't funny. The jokes were absolutely not funny. Dan Schneider, big creep. But Miley Cyrus, you guys, she recently sat down with David Letterman, and I do love his interview series that he does now. And she was just talking about a lot of things, but the one thing that is really sticking out to people is some comments she made about her dad, Maria, who is going through a divorce now. Miley admitted that she gets her narcissism from her dad, Billy Ray. What a quality to say you get from your dad. She did acknowledge her dad had a rough childhood and that without him, she wouldn't exist as a creative. She said he always made her feel safe in her own creative mind. But her making this narcissism comment is just fueling rumors that the family is feuding, which I see a lot of you are like, wait, the dad's getting divorced. So yes, Billy Ray Cyrus filed for divorce from his wife of 7 months, Fire Rose. Actually, he's filing to try to get the marriage annulled, saying that it was obtained through fraud. Whatever that means. And as a reason for the divorce, he's citing irreconcilable differences and inappropriate marital behavior, something like that. So I don't know if that's she was unfaithful. I don't know. But he's trying to get the marriage annulled, and I think he's trying to do that because he doesn't want to pay her spousal support. Because also in the TMZ report, it said that he was paying right now for her to stay at a $500 a night hotel in Nashville, and that he's agreed to give her $5,000 a month for living expenses until the divorce is finalized. So he's trying to hurry this thing up. But I think the point of the annulment would be, you know, in order so he doesn't have to pay her. Joy said, fraud, was he not there? That's also what I'm confused about. I'm like, what was the fraud? You didn't check her driver's license before you said I do? Like, what was the fraud? Okay, that was shady. I'm sorry. That was shady and that was not okay. I take that back. They just have a really large age difference, and I think this has attributed to why Miley is not messing with her dad right now. And I said this on my members only live yesterday. I feel like if I were Miley, I would be so over my family. Like, I'd be over Tish. I'd be over Noah. I'd be over my dad. I don't know much about the brother. Brandy's fine. She has the podcast with mom, like whatever. But if I were Miley, I would just be so over my family. I'd be like, I'm out here sober, I just won my Grammys, like finally getting the respect I deserve and I've earned, and y'all are a freaking disaster and a half. You know what I mean? That would I would be struggling if I were Miley right now. I would say, I'm going to one of the international House of Hill members' houses. I'm getting away from all of you from a little bit, and I need time. Kelsey Nicole, yay, I'm so happy you made it. You have not missed Diddy or Taylor T. You're Gucci. You are Gucci. I also wanted to shout out Terry. Hi, Madison, House of Hill. Better late than never. We'll have to rewatch. That is okay, but I wanted to make sure I said hello. The Cyrus family is just, I see a lot of you being like, that family's crazy. That family is in shambles. Everyone's messy. And truthfully. Okay, Dave, that's crazy. Dave said my first one was annulled because she told me she was pregnant. Or she told me she was pregnant until a week after we got married. She didn't tell you until you got married. That's crazy. Wild. That is fraud. Whatever Billy Ray is talking about, I think I'm just skeptical of him and Fire Rose. And I'm sure Fire Rose is a lovely girl, but you guys do not judge me for saying this, but I just cannot take someone named Fire Rose seriously. I said that on Members Only Live, and I'm saying it now. I'm sure she is lovely, sweet, enjoying living her best life in Nashville, but I can't take someone named Fire Rose seriously. I can't do it. 100% Madison said, aren't there two brothers? I always get so confused, honestly. So there's a brother and a sister. There's a brother and then a sister. Betty said, I heard once a divorce lawyer said that when someone files for an annulment due to fraud, it has to do with misrepresentation about their sexuality or living a double life, like has another family, etc. Betty, coming in with the freaking legal tea, that's crazy. Maybe her name, a double life. I don't know. Maybe she has been living a double life. Wow. I'm also giggling at Joy. She must have broken his achy breaky heart. We will never understand. And Superstar Bella said, is that her government name? And Colors is making me giggle. the government name really took me out. Superstar Bella. I'm sorry. I can't recover. Timna said, did you see Miley calling Tish her hero? Yes. Miley said Tish is her hero, and she really attributes Tish to being the one who raised her. Which is why, you know, obviously she's Team Tish. Still think it's weird she's Team Tish in the midst of the Noah stuff, but go off. Go off. Go off. Go off. You know what I mean? Redmond just said this family seems to have spiraled since Tish and Billy divorced. True. Even like the photos of Billy Ray and Fire Rose, he's literally like trying to smize with pigtail braids. Again, just wild. Wild to me that a man with pigtail braids, one hit wonder, and Fire Rose. It's crazy it didn't work out. I'll just say that. Crazy it didn't work out. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to some Kendall Jenner tea, and then we're going to get into the Matty Healy tea. And I'm laughing. Kelsey said, I can't take this conversation seriously. Literally, same. And then Teresa said, I mentioned Achy Breaky Heart the other day at work, and the young ones, not a clue. Okay, Teresa, are they okay? That's crazy. Like, say what you will about Billy Ray, but we all know Achy Breaky Heart. You know what I mean? They probably know him as Hannah Montana's dad. And that makes me feel old, but it is what it is. Okay, Kendall Jenner tea, you guys. This is going to upset Miss Jackie X said, LMAO, I'm dying as I'm brushing my hair. Kendall Jenner tea. This is going to upset my Bad Bunny girlies. Her and Bad Bunny were seen having a romantic date night in Puerto Rico together. This marks another outing amid rumors of reconciliation. Remember, last we heard a source spoke to Us Magazine and said that Kendall has been talking to Bad Bunny and Devin Booker, that she was reuniting with two of her exes, and that everyone's aware of the situation. They both know she's talking to both of them, but I feel like at this point, Kendall is leaning fully towards Bad Bunny. Like, haven't seen her or heard her talking about Devin Booker forever. I feel like she's fully back with Bad Bunny. She's in love. You should have seen this girl staring into this man's eyes. Like, she is in it to win it with him. Miss Jackie X said his bunny must be fire. Too soon? Oh my God. I'll stay on this topic, but I did start watching the Terry, I will not forget Terry. We're almost to the Justin Bieber tea. We got Matty Healy, Taylor, Selena, and then Justin. I did start watching the Gypsy Rose Lifetime Life After Lockup documentary because Jelena's not in the chat, but Jelena told me to watch it because it was a good treadmill show. You guys, crazy. I almost found myself like feeling for Ryan Anderson episode 1, and then I had to snap out of it. And then I will say I only felt for him for like the first 10 minutes when he was dealing with Gypsy Rose's family. And then when she got out, he was being so borderline creepy that I was like, I can't. Sorry, I just had to tell you guys that I started the Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup. It's on Lifetime. If you need to be shook, watch it. It also makes Missouri look insane. Crazy. Anyway, that was really the most tea about Kendall and Bad Bunny. I feel like they are fully in it to win it. And she is no longer messing with Devin Booker. But no, Gigi, if you are interested or find Gypsy Rose interesting at all, definitely watch it. There's only 3 episodes right now. Gigi said, I ain't giving that my ratings. You don't have to. Let me do it. Let me watch it for you. Basically, all I've seen so far is her prison release, Ryan Anderson saying 5,000 times he's ready to love on her, like the moment she's out of prison. It's like, okay, we get it. You know? And then her parole officers in Missouri were being annoying and wanted her to leave the state immediately. They didn't want her to go to the Chiefs game. And then I'm just now getting into like the Ken Urker tea, where she's like, oh, my stepmom told me Ken texted her, and Ryan hates Ken. So it's very interesting. But that's where I'm at so far. So I'll keep you guys updated as I continue to watch it. There's only 3 episodes out right now, and it's on Lifetime. I'm also seeing some of you be like, whatever, Bad Bunny, if you want to be with Kendall, it is what it is. Nisa said, Bad Bunny isn't the settling type. We all know she would fall, but he even has a song saying he will not settle or marry. So Nisa's like, I'm not even going to sweat it because this has an expiration date, and I live for it. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on, you guys, and get into the Matty Healy tea. So if you've been waiting for the Matty tea, oh, perfect. We just hit over 300. If you're here and you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. We're getting into all of the juice. Well, I feel like all of this tea has been juicy, but we're getting into the Matty, the Taylor, the Selena, and then the Justin of it all. So give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Matty Healy, you guys, or Ratty, as a lot of you like to call them. Thank you, Epic Turtle and Jessica, right on time. He is officially off the market, okay? He is an engaged man. His mother confirmed the news that he's engaged to his girlfriend, Gabriette Bechtel. I'm probably not saying her name right. And I probably should get it right because her pictures kind of spook me a little bit. But this news came after she showed off the engagement ring on her Instagram story. And then, which Jessica, I need you to confirm this for me as a UK girly. Maddie's mom went on the UK equivalent of The View called Loose Women. Is that right? Is there a show called Loose Women? Let me know. Because that's what the report said. And I was like, the UK equivalent of The View is called Loose Women. That's hilarious. I love it. I would rather watch Loose Women than The View. Anyway, she went on there and she confirmed. Okay, Jessica said, yes, there is. That's wild. Love that. Like, The View who? I will only be tuning in to Loose Women. It's British and it's called Loose Women. That's hilarious. Like, I already don't like The View because I find them sometimes annoying. So I will be a Loose Women stan from now on. Also, they get the tea. Like, having Matty Healy's mom on right after the fiance posts that on her Instagram story. Icons. So Maddie's mom went on there. She confirmed that they are engaged, okay? And she said she is thrilled for her son and his fiance. Oh, Betty said it's a great show. I've been watching it for a long time. Okay, I'm now a new stan. They just got a fan out of me. Chelsea said, God, give it to the Brits. Prob the best tea. Oh, you know the Loose Women are churning it. Like, can I be a guest on Loose Women? I really want to be. That sounds iconic. Now, Maddie and this fiance, you guys, have... Oh, Jessica said there's a version for men as well. Is it called Loose Men? That's amazing. That's amazing. These two have been linked since September of last year. So they've been dating for less than a year. They're already engaged. Maddie proposed with, like, allegedly a super rare black diamond. Nessa, literally. Okay. I've been waiting to talk to you guys about this all day, so I'm so happy we're here. Here's my thing. Now I have such new perspective on that Us Magazine report. Because I now think that Matty Healy's friend conveniently put out that information about him and Taylor not being that serious and this is laughable. Matty was not talking about it because how big of an a-hole does it make Matty Healy look that in June he was telling Taylor, we're going to get married, ghosts her, meets this girl in September, and now he's ready to propose? I'm sorry. If I met somebody in September and heard that he was just telling the girl before me that he was ready to get married and have babies, I would be like, are you sure you're ready for this? Are you sure? You're ready to put a ring on my finger? This feels crazy. Jack said double life like Hannah Montana. NT. I just feel like that now, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, that report about Matty reacting to TTPD being blindsided, him and Taylor not being that serious, was set up so that way people would not judge him for this engagement news. Because I think it was meant to be put out there of like, oh wow, Taylor's crazy. Like this man never even wanted to be with her. Like clearly he's so much happier in his current relationship. Look, he's proposed. And I mean, joke is on Matty Healy because we all read that and we're like, you're a narcissist. You're the worst. We can't stand you. And I just think it completely backfired. And I know Taylor does not care about this man. I know that she is so happy with Travis. And I know she's not sweating it. But because I do feel like sometimes we feel the same way, I think, be just like a skosh irritated. Because I would just be like, you are truly the smallest man who ever lived. You know what I mean? Like, you were a year ago telling me that you wanted to marry me. I'm the girl of your American dreams and you want to have a baby. And you literally already proposed to somebody else. Like, you're literally the smallest man who ever lived. Chris said, what girl would accept a ring from him? Chris, Gabriette looks like his type. You know what I mean? Let's see. Miss Jackie X said, can I be honest? I think he's doing this to have one up on Taylor. Yes. To get back. Yes. Yes. I feel like that too. Also the fact Taylor told us he would do this. Exactly. Color said being engaged doesn't mean the wedding will happen. Also facts. Also the fact too, added salt in the wound that his mom is going on national television being like, I'm so thrilled. Like as somebody who finds it very necessary to have every mom be her biggest fan, I would be like, wow, the mom's on board? Like, this is crazy. Sacred Space said, Matty is just revolving around Taylor's universe over there getting engaged. Tabitha said, how does it feel to be engaged to the smallest man who ever lived? Robert, Matty loves attention. Timna said the ring looks ugly. And this is coming from someone who is obsessed with rings. Jocelyn, what girl would accept a ring? Have you seen this girl? They're a match made. Someone said she looks like Jeffree Star. I did not see that. That's some shade. Epic Turtle said, oh, okay, that's how they met. Oh, talking about Matty and Taylor. Nona said, LOL, why would anyone want to marry the smallest man who ever lived? Victoria said it's a well-contrived plan. Betty said 2 weeks ago, a source close to him said his girlfriend was uncomfortable about Taylor saying in her songs that he talked about marriage and kids. So now he gave her the ring to make up for it. Betty, exactly. And that's why I'm just like, his mom, oh, Jessica said his mom's a big actress in the UK. Gigi said, I think he spoke sweet nothings during Joe and gave her a way out of the slammer. Oh, for sure. Again, you guys know my theory is like our girl was so starved for attention that by the time she found Matty Healy, it was just like a recipe for disaster. Jessica said Taylor dodged a bullet. Absolutely. She definitely dodged a bullet. I'm also giggling at Crimson Rose. That was funny. I just cannot stand Matty Healy, as you guys know. And I just feel like I'm over him, and him doing this little engagement was so strategic. I don't care what anyone says. You can call me a crazy Swiftie for saying that and being like, everything doesn't revolve around Taylor. I'm sorry. When was this man ever planning on being a fiance this soon? You cannot convince me otherwise. I think he is petty like that. I think he is narcissistic like that. I think he loves being connected to Taylor because it is the only way he gets attention. And that is not just the Swiftie in me saying that. That's just the woman in me saying that, okay? I get the vibe. I get the vibe that this guy is an ick, and it is what it is. I can't. As soon as I saw that engagement news, I was like, honestly, don't know much about Gabriette other than I know she's like, she is also in music. She works with Charlie XCX. She did a music video with Charlie XCX. She's a model. God bless her. Couldn't be me. Would not want anything to do with Matty Healy, but shout out to her. You know what I mean? I hope that black diamond really makes you happy. Yesenia, couldn't agree more with you, girl. Couldn't agree more. Taylor, moving on, is thriving. She was seen out in London last night looking fabulous. Kendra, hi. Taylor was with all of her A-list friends that Matty Healy could never sit at a dinner table with, including the Haim sisters, Kate Moss, Stella McCartney, Cara Delevingne, Lena Dunham. Just a ton of A-listers. Those are just a few of the A-listers who were there, who, again, I repeat, Matty Healy could never. Our girl looked fabulous. She was wearing a little corset. She was rocking some heels. She was glowing. She always stays winning for sure. Absolutely. She also, something else that Matty Healy could not relate to, is about to play several sold-out shows in Liverpool. So she's winning. Also, her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, who is stunning, literally was at a press conference yesterday handling questions about Taylor like an absolute champ, like the #1 BF that he is, you know, keeping their relationship private, giving the press just a little tea, just enough to make us all swoon. And so really at the end of the day, Matty, congrats. Taylor stays thriving. So yeah, you know what I mean? We love it. She looked gorgeous. She looked beautiful. You're right, Chris. Her friends are not average girlies. You know what I mean? Also, just who could bring so many different people of different ages, backgrounds, all together for one friendly dinner other than Taylor? Like, crazy. Maria said tomorrow's Taylor's 100th show. Exactly. Hi, Miss Ann. We stan. You know what I mean? Can't relate. E. Henry Smith said, okay, but everything you said about Matty Healy about the engagement, I thought you were describing Justin Bieber. That was funny. We are going to talk about Justin, but not just yet. Really quick Selena tea for you guys, because I haven't had any Selena tea for you in a while, and then we're going to get to this Justin tea. I want to make sure we can discuss it before I have to leave for my event. I'm going to a screening for Inside Out 2. A little fun Disney event with Courtney, for those of you who know Courtney. So I have to also keep an eye on the time. Little Selena tea for you guys. Apparently, Mrs. Blythe is in the chat. Was outside with my new grandbaby. Oh my God, congratulations. Selena, you guys, there are grumblings that she could be in talks to be the next, to replace Katy Perry on American Idol, which I actually don't think I would hate that. A source told TV Guide that Selena's accomplishments in music speak for themselves, and the fact that she's not afraid to be vulnerable, it's a quality that is beneficial for a judge. This insider said that it's the same quality that made Katy Perry one of the most beloved judges. So obviously this is pure rumor, pure speculation. I don't know how she would fit it into her schedule. However, if she was able to, I wouldn't be opposed. What do you guys think? Like, if Selena were to be a judge on American Idol, what do you guys think? I kind of would be here for it. I think she would be really good, honestly, because she is so authentic. She is so sweet. I also feel like she could really give them good advice and guidance. Thank you. Also, thank you guys for saying this is a pretty color on me. Thank you. You guys, just walking outside, I swear, people were saying my like makeup looked different on Monday. I'm like, it's the tan and the blonde. Same makeup, same rare beauty. But a little tan really goes a long way. Oh my God, Emmy, my Japan. Yes, made it from Japan. I want to see Inside Out 2. I will. I'm going to do a little like mini vlog of the evening. So I will definitely do that. I also see you guys talking about Jason Kelce. Him and Travis are the biggest investors in this new independent beer brand. And on his Instagram, he posted a video of someone trying the beer and Taylor Swift's playing on the radio. Again, Kelsey's greater than Healy's. And yeah, I said it. Okay? Okay, moving on. Let's get into this Justin Bieber tea because I want to make sure we have plenty of time to discuss. Okay, according to we're getting into the Justin Bieber tea. So if you've been waiting for this, please hit the thumbs up. Please, I see there's over 300 of you in the chat. If you're here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up, hi, Miss Ace. Please do so while I get into this Justin Bieber tea. Career tea, nothing to do with Haley. So if you're a Haley girly, this has nothing to do with Haley. According to a new report from the Daily Mail, you guys, Justin Bieber has now fired Lou Taylor, and he's allegedly hired Johnny Depp's business manager instead, Edward White. Now, quick reminder for those of you who are like, who's Lou Taylor? Why is this tea? Lou Taylor, you guys, has been accused of playing a part in Britney Spears' 13-year-long conservatorship. People think that she was an integral role in getting the conservatorship over Britney. I'm using the word think, but watch any documentary about Britney, and you can come up with your own conclusions. Justin, remember, reportedly teamed up with Lou Taylor and her company TriStar in 2022. However, according to this Daily Mail source, Justin's decision to end things with Lou Taylor comes after a TriStar employee was named in one of the lawsuits against Diddy. This insider said, quote, here's the tea, everybody, listen up. This insider said, quote, Justin's split with Lou was not amicable. He fired her. People generally stay with their business manager for ages, and Justin was only with TriStar for 2 years. The source continued saying, quote, this happened in May after the Diddy raid. Justin's financial affairs are now being handled by Edward White. This happened in May after the Diddy raid. So, Justin saw that someone connected to Lou was connected to Diddy and said, no. I see you guys asking, like, what is Lou Taylor's purpose, or what is any major celebrity or anyone who has a lot of money, honestly, always has a business manager. And the business manager and their team, their company, normally is in charge of managing all of the assets. Justin has a lot of assets. You have to think, as a celebrity, Justin has properties, cars, staff, multiple credit cards, multiple bank accounts, things coming in for his music. Like, it's a lot to manage. And so it's very common practice that celebrities have business managers. And like this source said, normally you're with your business manager for a long time. So it's pretty crazy that Justin fired Lou Taylor, allegedly. It's allegedly not amicable. I'm sure that's not good press for Lou Taylor to see headlines that Justin Bieber fired her and TriStar. And for me, I think the biggest pearl clutching moment of it all is the fact that he did so after Diddy was raided in May and after finding out that a TriStar employee was named in a lawsuit. So I know people have been having conspiracy theories about Justin and Diddy's situation. And for me, if he feels this passionately about not being connected to anyone who has anything to do with Diddy, I find that interesting. I will just say that. I find that interesting. Now I want to address this. Is it true? Robert said, is it true that Haley is also making these decisions with Justin too? Robert, the last we heard was yes, that Haley has now kind of really taken on a big role in managing who is in Justin's life. We heard that she was one of the people who thought he should no longer be working with Scooter Braun. We've heard that she is helping him manage his career. So I feel pretty good in saying that she was part of this decision to no longer be working with Lou and TriStar. I also saw something. Oh, Crimson Rose said, Matty, the feds were at the TriStar offices about 2 to 3 weeks ago, so now this makes sense. Absolutely. Absolutely. Brittany said, I'm sure Lou Taylor was hoping to sink her teeth into Justin. Strange she wants to manage him when he's at one of his worsts. Brittany, that is a very good point. That is a good point. I think whenever they teamed up together, it didn't help the public perception of Lou Taylor. Because the public perception of Lou Taylor is that she was part of Britney Spears' conservatorship. She made a lot of money off of Britney's conservatorship, aka she profited off of Britney being down. And so I think whenever people saw Justin was going to work with her, it was kind of, it felt like history repeating itself. Justin is right now not at the top of his game career-wise, or it seems like health-wise. And now he's partnering with Lou Taylor, someone who has the reputation with the public of taking advantage of artists. So, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm happy that he is no longer with her. You know what I mean? E. Henry Smith said something happened to him for sure. And if his wife is telling you get out, you should probably get out women. Oh, get out. Women are intuitive. Oh, for sure. You guys know I always say, listen to your gut. That's God talking to you. Whatever God wants to say, that's what your gut, you need to listen to it. Sacred Space said, well, this is telling about Justin. This is a panic move. I'm wondering if there are going to be things coming out about him and Diddy's parties, which there is already grumblings on TikTok. There's some oh my God, I can't remember her name. But there's a woman who's like already made accusations about Diddy and Justin at the parties and all this stuff. Mary, so he has a new business manager. So now his affairs are being handled by Edward White, who helps Johnny Depp as well. Johnny Depp's one of his notable clients. But as far as like career manager, like someone to replace Scooter, we do not know about that yet. We do not know who is going to replace him. I feel like, and this is absolutely no shade to Justin at all. Let me clarify, no shade. But as of right now, I don't feel like he has a lot to manage on the career front. He's not working on, to our knowledge, he's not working on new music. We know he's very focused on the baby. This is his new project. He's not touring. He's not performing. So I think like finding someone to manage him day to day, career-wise, is not as pertinent as finding somebody for a business manager. Like a business manager, he absolutely needs right now. Because again, this is someone who is helping them manage their money, their properties, all of their assets. Like he needs a business manager for sure. But yeah, so just crazy. Happy that he has nothing to do with her. Apparently his mom also like unfollowed her on Instagram as well. So yeah, let's just hope. Oh yes, Brittany, that's the name on TikTok. Yes. A lot of conspiracy videos. A lot of conspiracy videos that I don't know how much. Yeah, Jaguar Wright has lots to say about Diddy and Justin from sources. I don't know how seriously to take those videos. You can look it up on TikTok, you guys. Jaguar Wright. I don't know. Right. Jaguar Wright. Brittany typed it in the chat. I don't know how serious to take them. Because like, yeah, she's been talking for a long time. I don't know how seriously to take them. I don't know. I just think I can't tell if Jaguar is contributing to the conversation for the sake of contributing or actually tea. I also think sometimes her comments feel malicious, like unnecessarily malicious. So that also like kind of turns me off a little bit. I think a lot of them, like she comes factual, like she comes rattling off information, but then some of the comments she makes are a little malicious. And I think that's why, like even things, how she talks about Justin, I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't know. Misty said, hey Madison, Misty and family back watching here in Dallas, Texas. Hope everyone is having an amazing day. Misty, hello to you and your family. I love Dallas. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. So definitely something to keep an eye on, you guys. Happy Justin's no longer with Lou Taylor. Hopefully everything's good. Him and Haley are focused obviously on their Bieber baby project. And yeah, just had to share that tea with you guys because it was pretty wild. Jelena, I'm so sorry that you had an emergency call from a friend. I hope everything is okay. Definitely go back and after watch everything we discussed. I'm so sorry that you had to. I know you never want to get an emergency call from a friend. You just want a fun call. You know what I mean? Was Justin a minor in the videos? So in some of the videos that have been circulating on social media, yes. It's like him in his baby days. Baby, baby. That's what I meant. That sounded bad. But when he was like first blowing up, there's some videos of him and Diddy that are just, Justin just looks uncomfortable. And I think knowing the allegations we know now, it makes you look at those videos in a different light, you know? Color said, I wonder what happened with Justin and Scooter Braun. That hasn't come to light yet. No. No. Has not come to light yet. The last we heard is that, you know, all of his clients were dropping him because he's going to focus on his role as CEO of Hype America, but y'all know I haven't been buying that since the report came out, so we shall see. We shall see. Mr. Fulton said, hey, Madison, next month is my 25th golden birthday on July 20th, and my girlfriend Caitlin's birthday is this month on June 24th. I love that. I'm April 24th, so I live for a 24th. Mariana said, she is the person that runs the business for the conservators. Oh, talking about Lou Taylor. People think that she was heavily involved in Britney Spears' conservatorship. But yeah, you guys, that is, I know, Jennifer said, not the Bieber baby project. Keep in mind, we are talking about a baby. Oh, absolutely. I just always say project because that's what that source told People magazine was like, Justin's focused on this project, the new baby. And I'm like, weird thing to say, but okay. You guys, that is all the tea I have for you. I just saw the time. I do need to wrap it up. That way, I can make sure I get to this screening on time. Epic Turtle, I have not gotten a chance to watch Love Island yet, but the promos I've been seeing of Ariana, she looks incredible. She's the new host of Love Island. She looks so good. So good. Oh, Miss Jackie X, I absolutely will. Absolutely will, of course. Okay, it's good. I mean, the promo looks good. The promo looks amazing. So I will definitely need to give it a watch. And I have to, obviously, support Ariana. Of course. Yes, Jessica, go watch 7M. Well, yes, Courtney and I will have a new podcast episode this Friday. We didn't have one last week because he was under the weather when he got back from traveling. So we held off. But we will have a new podcast episode on Friday. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much for today's happy hour hang. I feel like we got into a lot of really good topics. I feel like our tea, we had a little niche tea that gave us a giggle. And then we obviously got into some really good stuff. So today was such a fun happy hour hang, you guys. If you're here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please, hi Gma Sarah, please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure, I feel like you guys are all subscribed. Make sure your notification bell is on. Also, make sure you share the House of Hill so that way we can grow and do more fun things together. Also, you guys, if you are not a member and you want to become one, please join us. We have so much fun in the membership. You get access to a members only live on Tuesdays at noon Pacific Standard Time, an exclusive members video that comes out on Fridays. You get access to the House of Hill group chat, and then obviously you can see your name will be highlighted in the chat with an emoji. So please join the membership if you're thinking about it. I promise I make it worth it. I really, you guys know, put my heart and soul into everything I do for this channel. So if you want to join, I would love to have you. I will absolutely tell Courtney hello for all of you. And you guys have a fantastic rest of your night, fantastic rest of your day. I will have a pop-off for you tomorrow. I pinky promise. I know I didn't have one last week, and I felt really bad about it for a lot of reasons. So I promise I will have a pop-off tomorrow. And like I said, Memory Lane with Madison, I'll have one for you guys next Monday. I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Mwah! And I'll see you guys next time.